Want the highest quality, lightest, best-looking mini sprint parts in the industry? Need tech support, expert advice, and guided instructions? Look no further than www.hyperracing.com.
Nunzi's Advertising Specialties, your one-stop shop for all your advertising and promotional needs. Nunzi's can provide you with anything from logo creation and design to personalized hats, bags, awards, and more. They can also provide you with custom embroidery, screen printing, or direct garment printing on wearables. Rush service one-day production is also available. Visit them now at www.shopnunzis.com. Welcome to the first on-the-scene recap of 2013. It's been a cold start to the 2013 racing season, but that didn't stop 46 600 drivers from making their way to Greenwood Valley Action Track for the Dream at the Green. $1,500 was on the line for this year's event winner. The action started with qualifying, and home track hero Sean Stolz would set fast time with an 11.236. Tyler DeVault would time in second with an 11.287. The rest of the top five in qualifying were Brian Carver, Mike Kohler, and Luke Thomas. Qualifying would determine the qualifier starting lineups, which would be the only 600cc action of the first night. Chad Van Horn would take the first win of the three qualifying races. Rob Pichowis, driving Rich Glosser's Hyper for the weekend, would take the checkered flag for the first time in a 600 in the second qualifier. Qualifier number 3 saw some heavy action all race long, but Sean Stolz would take the final checkered flag in the night for the 600s. The second night of racing consisted of 5 heat races, a dash, a B main, and an A main. Jake Starr, Tyler Walton, Kyle Lick, Luke Thomas, and James Morris would go on to take the heat race wins. The top 3 from each heat race would transfer to the A main, while each heat winner was eligible for the dash. The dash starting lineup would be determined by a pill pool. Once again, the man who's been hot all weekend, Sean Stolz, would be the first to pick, and what would he pick? You guessed it, a 1. The 2T of Luke Thomas would pull a 2 to start on the outside of Stolz for the dash. The green flag flew, and Stolz would simply check out from the field as he's done so far, and Thomas would hang on for second despite a very fast DeVault machine in third. The B main on Sunday night was the last chance for 5 of the drivers not yet locked into the A main to get it done. 19 cars started this stacked B main. Names like Carver, Rutherford, Regal, Lewis, and 2012 ARDC point champion Tim Buckwalter packed this race. About midway through the race, Rutherford would spin off a turn 4. One car would go flipping and several others would spin to avoid the 7H, including Buckwalter. This would stick them both in the back for the restart. Rutherford would pull off right before the checkered flag, but Buckwalter would drive his way back to a top 5. Joey K would take the B main win, Lewis crossed in second, Alex Bright in third, Buckwalter 4th, and Carver in the final transfer spot. The field was set. With $1,500 on the line, it was time for the 600cc portion of the 2013 Dream at the Green. Stolz and Thomas would pace the 2 Tylers of Walton and DeVault and 20 more of the weekend's best 600 drivers to the green. The green would fly, and Stolz, like he has all weekend, had the field in his pocket. The first caution would fly for a 4-car pileup in turn 3. It was a double-file restart weekend, and Stolz seemed to enjoy the inside starting spot all weekend, as on this restart, he would again drive away, leaving Thomas to battle Walton for the second position, until the yellow would fly again. This restart, Walton would be the next up to take his shot at Stolz. Stolz would drive away to half a straightaway lead before the next yellow would come out for an upside-down car of Bright. The next restart would be much more an even start, as Walton would be even with Stolz at the line, but going into turn 1, the 2 leaders would make contact, leaving Walton with a broken left front and the rest of the field to try and avoid him. A few of those drivers weren't so lucky. Stolz now had Luke Thomas back to his outside, with Carver on his tail tank. Carver had been very strong all weekend long, but mechanical failures would set him back, starting pretty deep in the B main. That was all over now. The car was strong and moving forward. Stolz would take the lead again at the drop of the green and drive off. Carver would try and make a move going into turn 1 on Thomas, but he'd fall back to the 4th position with Tim Buckwalter now on his heels. The caution would fly, this time for a flipping Chad Van Horn in turn 1. This restart would be no different from the rest, but DeVault would eventually get around Thomas to take his shot at running down to 77, but to no avail. Sean Stolz would go on to take the checkered flag, earning himself the $1,500 paycheck. As a bonus, he had also taken the green gamble, earning himself an extra $250, making his total $1,750 for the night. In victory lane, Stolz was very tired, so much so that it was determined that he had suffered from exhaustion and had to be given oxygen. He was transported to a local hospital for precautionary reasons. We at 600C would like to congratulate Sean and send him our best wishes. 600C and HB Steel & Sons sponsored the Hard Charger Award this weekend and would like to congratulate Tim Buckwalter on winning the 55-gallon drum of fuel. Great weather, great people, and great racing. What more can you ask for? If you weren't at the 2013 Dream at the Green, you missed out. Will you be at the 2014 Dream? We sure hope so we can see you there. Special thank yous go out to Nunzi Allegrucci and the Krevling family from Greenwood Valley Action Track for having us cover their race, as well as Hyper Racing and Nunzi's Advertising Specialties for their advertising efforts with us here at 600 Scene. Thank you for watching On the Scene at the 2013 Dream at the Green. We'll see you again real soon because we're always on the scene at 600scene.com.